Developing on the iPhone 5, it actually helps us because it gives us more screen real estate. So before, when we had to develop for the smaller screen, things might be crowded in there. We'd have to shrink our table view. Now you're not able to view as much because you needed to fit a couple of buttons in there. Things were very tightly spaced. You have to worry about, people like me that have big fingers. How big do I need to make a button so I can touch it without, accidentally touching the one next to it? The bigger screen allows us to breathe a little bit. We can spread things out and space things nicely. So from a design standpoint, it's actually beneficial to us as developers. With the iPhone 5 and the bigger screen, now we have to keep track of more resources. So before, in the old days, as we say, we only had one set of images for the device, and then when the Retina screen came out, we had two sets of images for each control. For a button, you had the low resolution version, and then you had the high resolution version. But still, you only had to code one view. So really, you only had to keep track of two separate images for each control. Now, for various things like view backgrounds and so forth, wallpapers and views, you have to keep track of a third image. You may have to create a whole new view and then add code that decides between the two. So it does add more work for developers. From a design standpoint, it frees us up and gives us some flexibility and some breathing room, but from a development standpoint, a coding standpoint, there's a little bit more work. If we're willing to just go with iOS 6, the latest iOS version or not, they have a new auto layout feature, which takes some of that load off. You can build your app in such a way where it kind of scale to any device. But if you want to support older operating systems and older devices, you kind of gotta do it all.